about business, we're talking about sales here. So we're talking about a business that you can start in your city. I know the time is late, but I wanted to do this live about 2 hours ago, and then I got carried away. I got distracted, right? But if you know me, you know that I will always do what my instinct tells me to do. And my instinct tells me that I should still make the live even though it's late. So I just hope people can still join in. And if you can't, then you can watch it on playback when the live is done and I upload it on the page. So profitable business that you can do in your city. Let me just get straight to the point. Now, for business, if you want to start a business, right, a product based business. Now, I'm not talking about service based businesses. So I'm talking about product based. I mean, you are selling physical products that everybody can see, everybody can buy from you. Now, if you want to start a product based business, two things, right? I know sometimes people will tell you sell what you like selling. Not really. Business is business. As long as you're making profits from that business, from your product-based business, you would still be in it. Okay, it's not everybody that likes what they are selling, but as long as that thing is profitable, I don't see you going anywhere soon. The only people that close down their business, or the only people that stop selling what they probably, it's no longer as profitable as it should be, or they're not making as much money, or they're not seeing customers. But if your business is profitable, whether you in fact if the business is profitable, you will eventually like that thing that you're selling. That's the truth. So yeah, two things to consider if you want to start a business. Either you start a business that doesn't have customers and then you look for customers, you search for customers, right? Or you start a business that already has customers, so you don't have to do much work for advertising, marketing, because there's already a market for this thing. There's already customers. You know that people want to buy this thing already. So you can either sell that one or sell something that you don't know where to find the customers. You're not really sure if people need this thing, so you can sell that kind of thing and then market to people so they buy from you. Or you sell what people already want to buy. Those are the two types of businesses that we have. Okay, and even if you're selling what people want to buy, you either sell something that people buy often, like every day, or you sell something that may be seasonal, right? Someone says hi Clint, welcome to the live. Hi here for the city, welcome to the live everybody, thank you for being here. So like I was saying, and even if you're selling what people really want to buy, either you sell what moves every day, what people are going to buy every day, or you sell things that are seasonal. For example, if you want to sell Christmas items, Valentine items, those things are seasonal, right? And if you want to sell cars, like people buy cars, but people might not buy cars every day, right? And cars is something that you might have to look for your customers, right? Your neighbor is not going to be buying cars. Okay, your normal friends are not going to be buying cars like all the time. So if you're selling cars, you would have to look for your customer. It's something you have to advertise. It's something that you have to market. Unlike if you sell something that everybody needs, right? For example, something like provision, something like groceries, something like food, like drinks, something that that everybody wants, something like clothes, right? Something like clothes, shoes, bags. These are things that people already want to buy, that there's already a market for it, like household items, right? This is something that that people already want to buy. This is something that that people are already interested in. So you can decide to sell something like that, right? Or you can sell something that people will buy these things, but they would not buy it as frequently as others, right? So let me just go over what I said. I said if you want to start a business, two things to consider. Hi, I can see all the comments. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Here for the city, Caramel Cleans. I can see your comments. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. So let me just go over what I've said. I said that firstly, if you want to go into business, two things to consider. You either sell what people people want to buy, right? So there's a market, there's customers. You don't need to do marketing, you don't need to do advertising, because there's already a demand for this thing. So you're just going to supply. Either that, or you sell something that you are not sure people want, right? And then you go out and look for your customers, right? You look for people that want to buy, so you have to do advertising, you have to do marketing, right? And this mainly happens if you want to sell something that you love, right? Because what you love to sell may not be what people love to buy, especially if it's going to be a local business. Like I said, a business in your city, the people in your city may not like this item, the people in your city may not want to buy this thing, but it's because it's something that you love, it's because it's something that you want to sell. You go ahead and sell it anyway. So you would have to look for your own customers, you would have to do your own advertising, you have to do your own marketing. Now let's say you sell what people already want to buy, something that that people are really interested in. Two things again: either you sell what people buy frequently, or you sell what they buy seasonally. Like I said, we have seasonal items, we have Christmas items, we have Valentine items, and we also have things like cars. People buy cars, but they don't buy it every day, as compared to household items, as compared to groceries, as compared to provisions like milk, sugar, tea, and all of that. Those are items that people buy on a daily, right? And now, if you want to start a business in your city, this is what you do. You have to look out for, let's say, for example, you want to start a business on your street, right? So I'm African and I'm from Nigeria, so like what I'm saying might be tailored to people from my country, people from my city, basically maybe tailored to people from Nigeria, because this is how it works over here, right? So if you want to start a business on your streets, now this is what you do. You have to look out for what people want to buy in that particular street, in that particular place where you want to set up your business, right? So in this vicinity, what do people want? What are people asking for? What is missing here? That's what you have to check out for, right? What is missing in this vicinity? What is missing in this place that I can sell, that people want to buy, right? For example, in your vicinity, if nobody is selling groceries, nobody's selling provision, nobody's selling milk, sugar, cornflakes, nobody's selling things like that, tissue paper, hypo, jig, clothes hanger, like little things that we use in the household that people are requesting for. If nobody's selling something around there, then you have noticed a gap, right? That's where you come in, that's where you feel in. And definitely every street needs a provision shop, every street needs a little kiosk where people are selling groceries that they can easily buy, especially in a residential area, right? Cold water, cold drinks, especially if the weather is really hot. And in my city where I stay, the weather is consistently hot, so people who sell cold things like cold drinks, cold water, they always make sales, right? So there's a market already, there's a demand, so now you would come in to fill the supply. Now you don't have to do marketing, you don't have to do any advertisement, because people in your vicinity already want what you are selling. This is how you make money, this is how you go into sales, by figuring out what people are demanding for and then just meeting the supply. So basically that's it. You don't need to do too much because there's already a gap. You have noticed that people already want this thing, like people have been asking and searching, and this is missing in your street. So opening your own provision shop, opening your own grocery store, you are meeting the demand that is already there, right? So you will definitely make sales because there's already a gap. You will definitely make sales because this is something that people already want to buy. So that's the easiest way to make sales, right? Look for a gap, look for what people want in your vicinity and set it up. And most often times it doesn't cost a lot of money to set up these things. That's the truth. The only place you might struggle is in management, right? Because as the owner, if you are busy or you have a lot of things doing, or probably you have a 9 to 5, you may not be available to sit down there like day in, day out. So the only issue you would have is in the management of the store. There are also people that I know that they sell pure water. They don't sell it by themselves, but all these little boys that hawk, they buy the bags of water and they give to them, about let's say 10 boys, and they go out and they hawk and they bring it back. You will be surprised that if you give 2 bags of water to 10 boys, like you give 2 bags of water each to 10 boys, that's 20 bags that have gone out. You'll be really surprised to find out that in 2 hours all the boys are back. That means you've sold 20 bags of pure water in 2 hours, and you have at least 12 working hours in a day, right? Like, okay, no, I may not say, but yeah, like 7 to 7. literally like 7 to 7, or let me say 10 working hours. Okay, so you can do like 8 to 6, right? But even at 6 o'clock, people are still coming back from work, so they're still buying water outside. So you could do like 8 to 7, right? Depends on what is convenient for you, or 8 to 6, depends on what is convenient for you, right? But you'll be surprised that in a day you might even be selling 100 bags of pure water, or you might be selling like 70 bags of pure water. Do you understand? So that's money daily, right? Like just imagine every day you make that kind of income, and it doesn't cost a lot to, like, if you buy a bag of pure water, when you sell it like individually, singularly, you're making double the profits. Do you understand? So like double the cost that you use in buying the bag of pure water. So it's a very lucrative business, but many people are not aware. Environment and your location matters a lot. Okay, that's why I said look for the need in your vicinity, look for the need in your surrounding, look for the need in your area. Okay, what do people want to buy here? What is the demand here? Okay, then you come in and you fill the gap. Okay, because there's already a demand. Now this is for product-based business. If you want to set up an easy business in your area, okay, an easy business in your area that you want to set up and start making profits immediately. If a new provision shop opens up in your area, people don't even ask who is this person, where they come from, or whatever. They go there and start buying. That's literally how it works. If a new shop just opens, people go there and they start buying. The only reason they will stop buying or they will stop coming is if you have bad customer service, or you don't sell quality products for the price, right? That's the reason they would stop coming. But other than that, if you open a store in your area, in your vicinity, in your city, people automatically just start patronizing you. In a busy, like in a work area, right? Let's say in this street is filled with offices. There are offices on every line. Like there's so many offices here. You can think about, okay, what is the need here? What is the gap? If you notice that during every lunch hour, people have to drive out in their car, like just hang around and watch, just hang around and notice what is happening. Every lunch hour, people get into their cars and they drive, but where are they going to? They're going to get food. So now you have seen a gap and it's left for you to come in to fill that demand. It just literally means that there's nobody in that street that is selling food. So now you have seen a gap. So you can decide to set up your little food stand. Even if you're doing Indomie, like all this Mishai, Indomie and egg, or you can even take it up and do shawarma. You can do fried rice, or you can just do snacks. People will definitely patronize you because that's what they need. Okay, people in the office don't always want to drive 10 minutes to go buy food and come back. Meanwhile, they can just come downstairs and buy snacks and have Indomie and you eat shawarma. The ladies in the office will definitely patronize you. Do fruit juice, do smoothies, do parfait, like spice it up. They will patronize you because, and don't forget that if there are offices in that street, once one office begins to patronize you, the other offices will start to patronize you too. Like make your food stand noticeable, let the smell be in the air, do a little banner or whatever. Okay, people will patronize because there's already a demand. That's what we're capitalizing on, selling what there's already a market for, selling what people are already demanding for. So you don't need to do too much advertising or marketing because they already need these things. They want what you are selling already. Even before you come, they have been looking, they have been searching, they're already demanding for this thing. So you're just meeting a supply. Okay, you're just meeting the supply that they demanded for, right? And you don't, the thing about selling something that people are already demanding for is that the moment you open up your store, you start making sales because people want what you are selling. That's it. That's how to set up a profitable. People already want what you are selling, so you don't need to do too much to get customers, right? You don't need, what you actually have to do is to retain them. And the way that you can retain your customers is by making sure that the products that you're selling, they are good enough, they are up to standard. Okay, making sure that you have good customer service and being hygienic, keeping your environment clean. If you're going to be selling food, you want to make sure that your environment is really clean. Okay, so that there's so many examples that I can give, but the major thing here is to meet a demand in your environment. That's the major thing. But what about dry cleaning? Everybody in your street, they work Monday to Saturday 9 to 5. Okay, nobody has time, so set up a dry cleaning shop. People don't have time to do the laundry. People that go to office, they can't wash their suits by themselves, so set up a dry cleaning store. Why not? There's already a demand for it, so you're just meeting the supply. Set up a dry cleaning store in a street. In You notice that in these two streets there's no hairdressing salon. Set up a hairdressing salon. Rather than the ladies driving an hour to get your hair done, they want to get their hair done closer to home. Okay, What about their kids? If you can also make hair for kids, great. So just think and look at what is missing in your area, what is missing in your vicinity, what value can you add? Okay, what is it that people want around here? What is missing? Then you come in and you fill the gap. That's how you start a product-based business. And for the profitability, you need to do, like, profit is basically you doing your calculations. Okay, what did it cost you, like, for every sale, for every person that patronizes you, for every product that you sell, what does it cost you to put that together? Okay, so when you put that together, you need to know how much percentage is okay for you. Paying shop rent, buying goods or raw materials are fresh, like transportation, logistics, and a little extra to pay yourself and to pay your staff. Okay, so how much profit do you need to add per sale, per product, per customer, per service? How much profit do you need to add on it to be able to cover your running costs, to be able to pay your bills and still have like a little extra at the end of the day? How much profit do you need to be adding? So for profitability, you would need to do your own calculations. But the reason why I said meet a demand that is already there is because when there's already a demand, it means that your number of sales will be high, and there's something called, cumulated sales, right? Even if you're making like just $1 or 1 naira on every sales, if you're having like 20, 30 sales in a day, that's still a lot of money, right? It still adds up because you're getting a lot of sales. You can't compare it to people that sell like really luxury items that in a week you might make just one sale, right? But for you that you make sales every blessed day, it means that every day you're going home with cash, every day you're going home with something. So even those money, you can even use it to settle your immediate bills day by day. There's a lot of profits and advantage. There's a lot of advantages to, business that you make sales in every day, every day, every day. It has a lot of advantages because as you make the sales, you can settle your bills, you can settle your debts as the sales come in. So for profitability, you have to sit down and do your own mathematics. But if you're getting a large inflow of customers daily, just imagine you have a shop and like 1,000 people pass that street in a day. Let's just say at least 50 people will buy from you out of the 1,000 people that pass there, right? Especially if you're selling something like food, like snacks, like cold drinks, like, Milo, sachets, hypo, like biscuits, sweets, milk, like little things like this that people need frequently. If you're selling things like there's no how, people will definitely be patronizing you, and you making your money day by day. And it doesn't even cost a lot to start up this business as compared to like other businesses. So it doesn't cost a lot to start up these little things. Okay, so if you're thinking about business ideas, this is something that you should consider when you want to start a business. You want to start something that there's already a demand for, like people already need, okay, or do you want to start something that people don't know they need, and it's left for you to convince them that they need this thing? So that's something that you should consider when starting your own business. So I'll be ending this live here now, and we'll be continuing this topic in another live. Thank you so much for joining in. I'll see you next time. Bye.